In this video, we'll understand the different alarm configurations available in the GIC temperature controller, including the absolute and deviation alarms. We have a total of 6 different alarms configured in the GIC temperature controller, starting from absolute high, absolute low, and absolute band in the absolute alarms, and deviation high, deviation low, and deviation band in the deviation alarms. Let's begin with the 6 alarm series, starting with absolute low alarm. Let's start the configuration of the same. For the entire series, let's keep the set point at 100. To configure the absolute low alarm, let's make use of the last button, press it for 2 seconds to enter the main menu. Look for the output by making use of the down button, enter the output menu and set the output 1 at alarm 1. Once you find the alarm 1, enter the last button to save the feature. Make use of the first button to come back to the main menu where we'll be configuring the alarm 1 features. Make use of the down button to find the alarm 1. Once you find the alarm 1, enter the alarm 1 menu and set the alarm 1 type as absolute low. Enter to find the next alarm 1 parameter, that is alarm 1 threshold. Let's keep the alarm 1 threshold at 50. Enter. The next alarm 1 parameter is alarm 1 hysteresis. Let's keep it at 3. Enter to find the next alarm 1 parameter, that is alarm 1 function. Let's keep it at instant. Come back to the main screen. Let us now observe the functioning of absolute low alarm. The alarm turns on when the PV value drops below 50. As you can see in the temperature controller, the process value is 30, which is below 50, and so the alarm 1 has turned on. It stays on until the process value reaches 53. Once the process value crosses 53, the alarm turns off. It will stay off until the process value drops below 50 again, and this process repeats. As you can see, when the process value drops below 50, immediately the alarm 1 turns on again. This cycle repeats. Let's move on with absolute high alarm. To configure that, we'll go same into the main menu by making use of the last button for 2 seconds. Look for the output menu, enter the output menu by making use of the last button, set the output 1 at alarm 1 and enter the feature. Make use of the first button to come back to the main menu and look for alarm 1 making use of the down button. Once you find the alarm 1, enter the feature. Let's set the alarm 1 type to absolute high. Enter. Set the alarm 1 threshold at 50. Enter. Set the alarm 1 hysteresis to 3. Enter the setting. Let the alarm 1 function be at instant. Come back by making use of the first button to the home screen. The alarm turns on when the process value rises above 50. Let's observe the same. As you can see in the graph, once the process value crosses 50, the alarm 1 turns on. It stays on until the process value drops to 47, as you can see in the graph. Once the process value goes below PV, that is below 47, the alarm 1 turns off. Once it reaches 47, the alarm 1 turns off. It will stay off until the process value rises above 50 again. Once the process value crosses 50, alarm 1 turns on again, and this cycle repeats. Let's move on with the next alarm type, that is absolute band. It is a combination of absolute low and absolute high alarms, as you can see in the graph. To configure this, make use of the last button for 2 seconds to enter the main menu. Make use of the down button to find the output and enter the output menu. Set the output 1 at alarm 1. Enter. Come back making use of the first button, that is the escape, to find the main menu. Make use of the down button to find the alarm 1 in the same menu. Enter the alarm 1 and set the alarm 1 type to absolute band, that is denoted by ABBA. Enter. Set the A1 LO, that is alarm 1 low at 50, alarm 1 high at 100 and hysteresis at 3. Come back to the home screen by making use of the first button. Let's observe the working of the absolute band alarm. As you can see in the graph, for the lower cycle, that is the system turns on when the value falls below 50. As you can see that the process value is below 50, hence the alarm 1 is turned on, and it remains on until it rises again to 53. We can see when the process value crosses 53, the alarm turns off, exhibiting the absolute low behavior. It turns off when the value exceeds 53 and continues to be off until it reaches 100. It continues to stay off until it reaches 100. You can see as the process value crosses 100, the alarm turns on again. For the upper cycle, the system turns on when the value exceeds 100 and it remains on until it decreases to 97. You can observe that once the process value falls below 97, the alarm turns off, following the ABHI behavior, that is the absolute high behavior. It turns off when the value drops below 97 and continues off until it reaches 50. We can observe once the process value drops below 50, the alarm turns on again. We can observe that for the band of 50 to 100, the alarm is off and it's on below these two limits. Let's move forward with the deviation low alarm. To configure this, again enter the main menu by making use of the last button for 2 seconds. Look for the output menu by making use of the down button and enter the output menu. Set the output 1 at alarm 1 and enter. Keep all the other outputs off. Make use of the first button to come back to the main menu and look for alarm 1 by making use of the down button. Once you find alarm 1, enter the alarm 1 and set the alarm 1 type at deviation low, that is DELO. Enter and set the alarm 1 set point at effective set point, that is the alarm 1 set point will be considered as the set point that you had earlier set, that is 100. Enter. The next parameter is alarm 1 threshold. Let's set it at 20. The next alarm 1 parameter is alarm 1 hysteresis. Let's set it at 3 and enter. The alarm 1 function will be at instant. Alarm 1 type, that is deviation low. Come back by making use of the first button to the home screen. Now let's observe how the deviation low alarm operates. We can see that the alarm system is turned on. It is because the value has dropped below 80. As you can see in the graph, we can see that the process value is below 80, that is 30, and hence the alarm is on, and it remains on until it rises again to 83. Once the process value crosses 83, the alarm turns off and stays off until it falls back to 80. Moving forward with the next alarm type, that is deviation high. To configure this, enter the main menu by making use of the last button for 2 seconds. Find the output menu by making use of the down button. Enter the output 1 and set the output 1 at alarm 1. Come back by making use of the first button and look for alarm 1 menu in the main menu by making use of the down button. Enter the alarm 1 and set the alarm 1 type, that is A1TY, at deviation high. Set the A1 set point at EFSP, that is alarm 1 set point, that is set point that we had earlier set. Let the alarm 1 threshold be 20, alarm 1 hysteresis be at 3 and alarm 1 function at instant. Make use of the first button to come back to the main screen. Now let us observe how the deviation high alarm works. The alarm turns on once the process value exceeds 120 and it remains on until it drops to 117. As you can see, once the process value goes below 117, the alarm turns off. Once the process value falls below this threshold, the alarm turns off and stays off until the PV rises back to 120. We can see once the process value crosses 120, the alarm 1 turns on again. This is deviation high. Let's continue with the sixth alarm, that is the deviation band. It is a combination of deviation low and deviation high. Let's configure this by making use of the last button for 2 seconds. Find the output menu by making use of the down button. Enter the output 1 and set the output 1 at alarm 1. Come back by making use of the first button. Look for the alarm 1 in this main menu. Enter the alarm 1 and set the alarm 1 type to DEBA, that is deviation band. Enter to save the settings. Set the alarm 1 set point at EFSP, that is the set point that we had earlier set. Set the alarm 1 low at 80. Set the alarm 1 high at 120. Set the alarm 1 hysteresis at 3 and alarm 1 function at instant. Come back by making use of the first button to the home screen. Now let's observe how the deviation band works. The alarm turns on when the process value drops below 20, that is effective set point minus the alarm 1 low. Let's observe the same. Once the process value falls below 20, the alarm turns on and it stays on until the process value increases to 23, as you can see in the graph. 23 is sum of effective set point minus alarm 1 low plus alarm 1 hysteresis. This follows the deviation low behavior. The alarm turns off when the process value rises above 23 and it remains off until 220. The temperature between 23 to 220 is the band where the alarm stays off. The alarm turns on when the process value exceeds 220 and stays on until the process value decreases to 217, as you can see in the graph. This follows the deviation high behavior. Let's observe the same. Once the process value drops below 217, the alarm turns off. This follows the deviation high behavior. The alarm turns off when the process value falls below 217 and remains off until 20. Let's observe the same. You can observe once the process value falls below 20, the alarm 1 turns on again. So depending on your process requirement, you can choose between deviation and absolute alarms to monitor temperature effectively. For more setup videos, detailed explanations, visit our GIC YouTube channel.